Hello everybody. Today I'm reviewing the Zirkus Magi Tarot deck, a fabulous retro circus themed deck created by Doug Thornjoe, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, who funded the deck through a Kickstarter campaign. If you're interested, the name of his company is Duck Soup Productions. Now this is a fun deck, and that is the key word. It also reminds me of the circuses and carnivals of my youth. Fascinating, intriguing, yet mysterious and alluring. It contains elements of the Rider-Waite-Smith and the Toth decks, with even a touch of the Tarot de Marseille. What I really like about the deck is the cardstock. It's sturdy, nice cardstock. Now, the lack of good cardstock seems to be a new trend in tarot deck publishing. So I was very, very pleased to see high quality, nice thick cards. Now, the deck consists of 78 cards. It's just like a standard tarot deck with fully scenic minors, pip cards. Now, the deck is slightly larger than a standard deck. Here's let me get a Rider-Waite-Smith here just to use for comparison. So if you compare the two cards together, you can see that there's a slight difference in size. But the Zirkus Magi deck definitely is thicker, as we can see, quite a bit thicker than the standard Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Now the majors have been renamed. The majors are named but not numbered, so strength and justice can be easily placed according to your own personal tradition. I will say though, in the little white book, however, Doug lists adjustment following the chariot and la force or strength following the wheel. Now, a good majority of the majors have been renamed. Let me go through them quickly. So the Fool has been renamed the Clown. The Magician has been renamed the Thaumaturge. The High Priestess has been renamed the Seer. The Empress as the Leading Lady. The Emperor is now the Ringmaster. The Hierophant is the Mystagogue. The Lovers is the same. Chariot is the same. Justice has been renamed to Adjustment, same as we see in the Toth deck. The Hermit is now the Solitarian. The Wheel of Fortune is the Wheel of Fate. And Strength is La Force, just as we see in the Tarot de Marseille. The Hanged Man is the same. And Death has been renamed to Mr. Bones. Here we see a skeleton leading somebody away, whereas we see a couple of ghosts here in the background. Now, it still has the same meaning as the Death card of endings and transitions, but it's not quite as serious or foreboding as the Death card that you see in many tarot decks. Temperance has been renamed Art, as we see in the Toth deck. The Devil's the same. The Tower has been renamed the Tower of Destruction. It's funny, many, many years ago, and a former tarot teacher of mine always referred to the Tower as the Tower of Destruction. And she was the only person I've ever seen use that term until this deck. Star's the same. Moon's the same, Sun's the same. And Judgment has been named the Aeon, just like as you see in the Toth deck. And the World card has been renamed the Whole Show. Now the minors are numbered, but they each contain a key word on the bottom. Now I usually find keywords on cards a little bit off-putting, but actually with this deck, it doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I find it helpful. Actually, in the little white book, Doug says that you should be able to deduce the meaning from the image and from the keyword given on the bottom of the card. Now, as far as I can tell, the deck uses the standard wands, fire, swords, air symbology. But the suits of the minors have changed 2. The suits are now buckets for cups. We have batons for wands, blades for swords, and then we have rings for discs. Now, the traditional court card personalities have also been renamed, and they are the kings or the governors, queens or duchesses, the knights or riders, and you usually see the knight depicted either on or with a horse, and the pages or the princesses are the bill posters. Now, the backs of the card depict 3 rings, as in a 3-ring circus, and they are reversible. And in case you haven't noticed, the deck is borderless. Yay! No need to trim this one. Now, the deck literally comes with a little white book in which you can find the meaning of all of the majors are listed. But the minors, he only lists meanings for certain of the minors. Again, he says that you should be able to, that there's keywords already imprinted on the cards, and using that with the image, you should be able to come up with the meaning for the card. So in the book, he only gives certain descriptions for certain of the cards. For example, we have the ace, the 3, the 6, the bill poster. It moves on to the cups, ace, 4, 5, etc. Now, he does give meanings for all of the majors, though. And additionally, he includes a little introduction to the deck, a little background, and then a couple of spreads. The high wire spread, the 3-ring spread, the juggler spread, and the clown spread. None of which I've tried yet, but they are on my agenda to do. So let's look at some of the fun cards. We already looked at a couple of them. The chariot is the horse and buggy, the cart wagon, a circus wagon. Duchess of Rings, the batons. I liked some of these very, very cool. 10 of batons burden. So here he is carrying a trunk with 2 guys sitting on top. Actually, and it looks like Laurel and Hardy sitting on top of you, almost. 3 of buckets. Here you have 3 clowns enjoying themselves an afternoon with fruit with a cornucopia on the lower bottom of the card. This card is interesting. The 5 of buckets depicts Charlie Chaplin. Doug states in the little white book that, I believe it was 1926, that Chaplin ran into a little bit of bad luck and he lost a good majority of his money. And so here he depicted him in a barren landscape, buckets turned over, regret, loss, disappointment. The blades are kind of fun. Balance is kind of fun. Here we have 2 clouds balancing on each other. One is blindfolded. Showman's Rest is the 4 blades. Here we have an old cemetery, a dumpster with a leg sticking out of it. It is a leg. Yeah, it is. 6 of blades shows passage, moving away, leaving 3 swords stuck in the ground behind. So this might have been, strife, problems, difficulties, and moving away from them. Back on the circus train, heading out of town to a better experience. The Audacity card is kind of fun. But yeah, the cards are just very, very cool. This is a delightful deck, and I've been having a lot of fun playing with it thus far. So as far as I know, the deck is still available through Doug's website, but you might want to hurry because I believe he only printed 500 of them, and I'm not sure if he's planning on reprinting them if it runs out or not. But in summary, I'd say this deck is a delight to read with, and I recommend it to anyone who enjoys retro-style decks or anyone who likes circuses and carnivals. This deck was certainly a welcome addition to my personal collection. Thanks. Bye-bye.